Good morning, dear student. This is the next topic I am teaching to you today. This is about the collision, the last topic mostly of center of mass, and then you have to study about system of particles. Collision means you have studied. This is the simple English term. Collision means whenever two or more than two objects are having collision or colliding with each other or having struck with each other. So this is called collision. So suppose this is object A, this is B, this is object A. So both are having collision with one another. So this system is simply called collision. Understood? But see, on the basis of physics, the collision may be described into two ways. Either a collision is elastic collision or it is inelastic collision. Now question comes, what is elastic collision? So collision between two objects is said to be elastic if its momentum before collision and after collision remains same, or we say it follows conservation of momentum, or its kinetic energy before collision and after collision is same. I'm not saying it is constant. I'm saying before collision and after collision the kinetic energy remain same. So we say it is elastic collision. So a collision is said to be elastic if its momentum before collision, that is m1 v1 m2 v2 m1 v dash plus m2 v dash after collision momentum, and the kinetic energy before collision is equal to the kinetic energy after collision. If this is so, we say it is elastic collision, which follows conservation of energy law. Energy remain conserved. It follows that also. The total energy before collision and after collision will also remain same. So that is showing kinetic energy final, kinetic energy initial, that remain equal. But what about the inelastic collision? In inelastic collision, it is of two type collision. Number first is perfectly inelastic, and second is simple inelastic collision. So perfectly inelastic collision, what is happening in case of perfectly inelastic collision? The velocity after collision, that is v1 dash and v2 dash, remains same for both objects. It means now both the objects started to move with the constant velocity or same velocity. Object 1 as well as object 2 are moving with same velocity, or we can say both are stuck with each other and moving with constant velocity. So this is called perfectly inelastic collision. Understood? But in this case the kinetic energy does not remain conserved before and after collision. So he is saying kinetic energy after collision is less than kinetic energy before collision. So that's why kf is less than ki for perfectly inelastic collision. But partially inelastic collision, the momentum should remain conserved for all types of collision. So that is before collision momentum was this and after collision momentum was this. They are not moving with the same velocity now in case of partially elastic collision. Understood? But kinetic energy is, inelastic collision, it's partially elastic, or that is called inelastic collision. Kinetic energy after collision will be less than kinetic energy before collision, and we can say there is definitely loss of kinetic energy. There is loss of kinetic energy. Delta k is coming initial kinetic energy minus final kinetic energy. Its value will always come positive. So I would say it is loss of kinetic energy. So first I am telling to you here about elastic collision in one dimension. One dimension means before collision they are moving along the x-axis, and after collision also they are moving along x-axis. This is called collision in one dimension. Which one collision? Elastic. You know, for elastic collision, momentum before collision and momentum after collision remain conserved, number one. Number two, kinetic energy before collision, kinetic energy after collision remain same. So now substituting their value here, m1 v1 m2 before collision and after collision, equation number 1. So from here you got m1 v1 minus v dash v2 dash minus v2. So it is velocity of particle 1 before, this is velocity of particle 1 after, this is velocity of particle 2 after, this is velocity of particle 2 before. So what is this called exactly? This I can say this is called relative velocity. This is called relative velocity. This is called equation number 2. This is first, conservation of momentum, the same equation solving, I got this equation number 2. And third, kinetic energy before collision and is equal to kinetic energy after collision. So from here I got value of this, 1 upon 2 was constant, so got eliminated, so this is left only here. Now further simplifying this, taking m1 and m1 together here, so common, so this is v1 square minus v dash square. So will it become like this? M1 taking common, so this will become this, m2 taking common, this will become like this. It had become a square minus b square, it is also a square minus b square, like, understood? So now I will divide it by the equation number 2. So on dividing, it will become v1 plus v1 dash is equal to v2 dash plus this, or I will get v1 minus v2 is equal to v2 dash minus v1. So what is v1 minus v2? Is the rate at which the separation between the bodies takes place. It means v1 and v2's separation before collision decreases before collision. Similarly, v2 dash minus v2 dash is the rate of increase in the separation after collision. See, before collision, the rate they will collide with each other. They will collide with each other. So what will happen? The separation will decrease. But here the separation will increase. After collision, the separation will increase. So that's why simply I can say velocity of separation is equal to velocity of approach. So velocity of separation, velocity of approach. So approach is before collision and separation is after collision. Understood now? Is this clear? This is very important inference we got. So this is, you got here this equation m1 minus m2 from equation 1 and 2. So this is v1 dash. This is the velocity of particle 1 after collision is equal to this much. And here the velocity of particle 2 after collision. So this only I had to find out. The further discussion of the special cases I am telling to you in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day.